Hi there.
Hear me? Oh, you look like you're in a tropical like island somewhere. Like the breeze is blowing, and I'm trying to get it to where we are side to side. Hold on, let me. All right. So we're here with Nicole, and Nicole had taken our online teacher trainer, and I had just had a couple questions for you, Nicole. Really, what was one of your biggest concerns when you were going to go and apply for an online teacher training?
Um, Allison, I have been so excited to do yoga teacher training, and I've put it off for a couple years just thinking that I didn't have the time to do it. I couldn't commit to it. And, there's been a lot of change and transformation, going on in my life. And I had the opportunity to quit my job. And within a week of doing that, thinking, okay, I'm going to figure out maybe the fall I can jump into this yoga training. Yoga just came to me and said, hey, online training is opening up. And, honestly, I didn't have any hesitation about doing it online. And given the environment that we're in right now with COVID, I felt like, this is where I need to be. And this opportunity is just like jumping onto my lap right now. And I need to step through the door and go ahead and do online training. As well as I also felt, with online training, I'd have a little bit more flexibility
Yeah.
about when the classes were. I didn't have to commit for 9 months. And I was also kind of excited with the short term online training time frame, that it was going to be presented in a 3-month period opposed to a 9-month period.
Mhm.
And I looked at that as an opportunity to really focus my attention
Mm.
on, my own personal growth and learning why it was that when I stepped on my yoga mat, I just had this, you know, overwhelming feeling of satisfaction and fulfillment that I had a hard time explaining to people. So I was really thirsty to go through the training so I could say to myself, why does yoga make me feel so great? Why,
Mhm.
what is it? And how can I share this feeling with others? So I'd say the only slight hesitation that I had with online training was the personal face-to-face connection and the ability to learn from you, like how to actually, physically assist people.
Mhm.
Because I know from my own experience, um, when I've had the opportunity to get assists from you, totally changes the pose and opens different airways that I didn't know. And it's usually like just the slightest move. And it was like, oh my gosh, wow, this slight turn is incredible. So that's the only thing with online training is we didn't have that face-to-face personal connection,
Mhm.
and the assisting opportunity to help people, get into the pose a little bit better.
Mhm. I tell you, that is probably one of the hardest things for me to do now, given where we are in the world with coronavirus, not to be able to touch. I watch them, and now that we're starting to come back into the studio and do things, I'm watching them and I'm like, God, the only one thing I want to do is touch you. And I said, and only in a yoga studio am I allowed to say that and that be normal. Because I so want to just touch you and breathe with you and move with you. And we will add one more component to our online, which will be assist, and we are doing that in the studio, and I will absolutely let you know so you can pop on over and
Oh,
get
fabulous.
that actual human connection,
Hmm.
taking your teacher trainer to the next level. And that's probably the hardest thing for most, is like, how do you in this day and age begin to build your yoga practice with everyone? But
Right.
the great thing is that online is just escalated, and there's so many people that prefer that way. And it's just an affirmation that this is where we're going. It doesn't take the place of a yoga studio. I don't think it ever will. The incense smelling, the
Yes.
oming, the people, and just as a teacher, you get so much by looking at the human body and seeing and speaking to that. But I believe more and more private places will start to come above, client one-on-one or little group sessions for right now until everything kind of subsides. But would you say that how was the structure of the online? Would you say that it was delivered in a timely manner to where it was easy to understand? Was it too overwhelming? Like, what's your take on what was presented to you when you got into your members portal?
Um, I thought that the online member portal was, really structured or set out in a way that was very easy to understand. And I loved the way that it was, you could move through through the items and the actions and the readings that you needed to do and kind of check them off along the way.
Mm-hmm.
And they definitely would flow from one kind of in a sequence. And I think because again, it was a short time frame,
Mm-hmm.
that it really allowed me to focus and know that I wanted to go in every day and take a look at it and either continue where I left off the next day or, pick up the next thing. And it really, I think it helped me really connect and stay connected with the process and the material and the philosophy,
Right.
opposed to, I feel like if it was a 9-month program, there might be a couple days in between where, I didn't pull that into my life. So
Right.
I think making it more of a regular daily routine, I think made it for me easier to make that part of my daily life and kind of change my routine and change maybe my beliefs and
Yeah.
my understanding and learning, because I was doing it on such a regular basis.
Right. And did you feel, we would meet, online as a group. Did you feel that you were connected with them and it was presented, where you could understand it in a way where you're like, okay, well, we're all meeting. So this is, you're not getting that in person, but you're still feeling like, okay, maybe, I can connect with them.
I felt like I did a lot of learning and growing on the calls that we had, not only because I felt like I needed to be prepared. I wanted to be prepared to share and participate in the call, but hearing other people about what their interpretation is, or what their belief was, or what their understanding was really helpful to be more open and be able to gain more knowledge and experience from the other people on the call. So I did, although I think, face to face may have made those connections a little bit stronger, but I felt that having those calls and having everyone participate, and I thought our group was very open, and it was really helpful in, my own growth and understanding, to hear what other people were going through and to be able to, appreciate the different perspectives of, the different yamas and niyamas and different examples. Some people would give an example and I'd be like, oh, you know what? I can totally relate to that. And I didn't think about that. So I do feel the Zoom calls were really helpful.
Did you look at any other programs other than Serenities?
I only, several, I don't know if it was because I signed up for Serenity or what, but I would consistently get some feeds on Facebook about different online classes. And, honestly, I really didn't look at them because I've had such a terrific experience at Serenity. And I just feel very connected at Serenity. And I just feel like it's a very deep, heartfelt community that I wasn't really interested in looking at other.
I was going to ask, my next thing, the follow-up is going to be, what sets our program different than the other programs that might be out there in your mind? Like that you just, if you saw them, like what sets Serenity Yoga Studios program aside from X, Y, and Z? How do you feel we are different? And if you don't, anything, that's totally fine too.
No, well, I can tell you, you know, recently I've been taking some yoga classes with Peloton.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that, I mean, although I enjoy the class, there's just a lack of spiritual connection there. It's more of a workout or a yoga fit type of thing.
Yeah.
And my experience in taking classes in the studio at Serenity, as well as taking numerous video classes that, you know, you have recorded and given us access to during COVID, I'm just able to go deeper and connect and just be like, you know, in the zone on my mat, being able to go within, and, you know, you just have that feeling of release and comfort and, you know, fulfillment when I'm done with classes at Serenity, and the teachers there, you can just feel the community and the sense of welcoming. So, you know, those are the differences, or part of, you know, why I didn't even look at any place else of taking yoga training other than Serenity.
Well, thank you. So tell me, what are you planning to do now that you are a 200 RYT registered yoga teacher? Yay! So that's something to celebrate, because you know what, not only like what my program is so different than everyone else's, because I challenge you to go deeper within yourself. Mm-hmm. Because I believe that if you can you don't have to know yourself 100%. We always are changing. We always are evolving. But if you can understand your things that make you, that upset you, then you can be authentic with yourself and show up each day in your journaling, being raw, authentic. Like, okay, sometimes I hate my kids. Guess what? So does everybody else who's coming to your class, you know, or sometimes I just don't like my husband, or we're having marital problems. So where this program goes deeper is that you're not going deeper into the anatomy, but you're going deeper into a personal self-discovery. It's almost like life coaching. It's like life coaching meets your 200 hour, because that's how I shaped my studio, and it became who I am. Because if I can't speak my truth, and if I can't share with my community what my feelings are, then I'm just another cookie cutter thing. We're more than just asana. We are yoga. And that's what I hope to always deliver. So now that you are 200 hour, where are you doing?
Now that I am 200 hour, I'm really excited to share my yoga experience with other people. Mm-hmm. I'm not 100% sure if teaching yoga on a regular basis is, you know, definitely where I want to go or have a yoga studio. Mm-hmm. But I am also getting some other certifications, such as a certified personal trainer.
Nice.
And some nutrition certification. So I hope to use my YTT training to share in the spiritual aspects of yoga and the benefits of yoga that, you know, I learned in YTT with other people, to maybe become more of like a health and wellness mentor or coach, but also be able to do maybe one-on-one yoga with them, or offer them opportunities like my connection to Serenity Yoga to say, you know, these are the benefits of yoga, and here's a fabulous place where you can really experience it at a very deeper level, and grow and, you know, learn from that.
That's fantastic. And I know, like, you can package yourself in so many different ways. You know, that's yoga. You can combine yoga with your food and nutrition, and create packages for them that can take them to the next level, because I believe everybody needs yoga now more than ever. Yes. We're in, you know, I just wrote this down in my journal. It was called, we're in a pandemic fatigue. And so I want to do a whole like 7-day challenge on pandemic fatigue and adding yoga, but not just yoga, also mindfulness, and not just that, food we eat, how to show up, little tiny things you can do every day. But yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Anything else you would like to share?
You know, just adding on to that a little bit, going through the yoga training, I think that like the foundation of, you know, my mentoring or coaching with someone else would be, you know, a yogic lifestyle. I mean, it has really, you know, haven't been practicing yoga for too long, but, you know, over the past few years, being on my mat and giving myself permission to spend more and more time there has given me the opportunity to turn my awareness inward more often, and giving me more gratitude and love for myself. That, you know, I just that's what's just inspired me and motivated me to dig deeper into who I am and what my passion and my purpose is in life, so that I can, you know, be authentic, like you said, and share that with other people.
Yeah, and I've seen that throughout the whole course of our training together. You just blossomed into, you on this course. You were determined. I'm on a me course, and this me course is going to be this. I'm not looking for what's the expectation of what to come. I know it's just for me first. And you truly like just changed as you went through the yamas and niyamas. I think that's like really the key of our training, the journaling and the focusing on the niyamas and niyamas, yamas and niyamas, and living your authentic life. So cool. So with that, I'm going to end with, I love your saying when you said, give yourself permission. So giving yourself permission to do this, whether you want to do it for yourself or you want to become a mogul, like all over traveler yogi, or you just want to teach at a studio or own a own studio, whatever it is, you know, giving yourself permission to dive in, spend the money, because it's probably one of the things that you will never look back and say, oh, what a waste of my money.
Oh my gosh.
Never. I've never said that. No, I know. And I've taken my 300, I've done children. I've never once said, gosh, what a waste of my money, like other things. So it definitely won't be. And I thank you so much for just taking your time to talk to me today. And I look forward to seeing what you do in the near future.
Well, thank you so much. I'm honored that you asked me to talk.
Oh, I know. Oh my gosh. Well, you're just so, you know, vibrant with it and everything. So thank you.
Well, thank you.